Have you ever wondered how ancient civilizations might have harnessed the power of electricity? Imagine a world without smartphones, electricity, or even a simple light bulb. Now picture that same world, but with a device capable of creating an electrical charge, a device known as the Baghdad battery. This artifact, discovered in the early 20th century, hints at the possibility of ancient civilizations knowing more about electricity than we'd typically give them credit for. Well, buckle up as we journey back in time to unravel the mystery of the Baghdad battery. Picture this. The year is 1936, and German archaeologist Wilhelm Koenig stumbles upon a fascinating artifact in the basement of the Baghdad Museum. The artifact, a seemingly innocuous terracotta pot, was about to turn our understanding of ancient technology on its head. This wasn't just any pot. Inside, it housed a copper tube encasing an iron rod, all fit snugly within the confines of the earthen vessel. A simple setup, yet it bore an uncanny resemblance to something we use every day: a battery. The discovery of what later came to be known as the Baghdad battery happened in the region of modern-day Iraq, specifically in the vicinity of the ancient city of Ctesiphon. But it wasn't until Koenig, a man whose curiosity was as insatiable as his dedication to archaeology, unearthed it from its long slumber that its true potential began to be realized. The time of its creation is estimated to be around the time of the Parthian or Sassanid periods, which places it within the 1st to 3rd centuries AD. This makes it a contender for the title of the oldest known example of a battery in the world. This strange artifact, later known as the Baghdad battery, has puzzled scientists and historians ever since its discovery. Now imagine this ancient artifact being a primitive battery. Sounds outlandish, doesn't it? But this is exactly the theory proposed by Wilhelm Koenig in the early 20th century. Koenig, a German archaeologist, suggested that the Baghdad battery might have been used as a galvanic cell for electroplating or electrotherapy. Yes, you heard that right, electrotherapy, a practice that wouldn't become common until thousands of years later. Now you might be wondering, did Koenig just pull this idea out of thin air? Not quite. His theory is based on the battery's unique construction: a clay jar, a copper cylinder, and an iron rod. Quite similar to a basic battery, don't you think? To test his theory, several experiments were conducted. Some researchers were able to generate a small electric current by filling the battery with grape juice or vinegar. Others managed to use a series of Baghdad batteries to electroplate a small silver statue. However, these experiments are not without criticism. Critics argue that the amount of electricity produced is too small to be of practical use. Moreover, there is no historical evidence of electroplating or electrotherapy in ancient Mesopotamia. While this theory has its detractors, it certainly adds an electrifying twist to our understanding of ancient civilizations. Whether the Baghdad battery was a source of electricity or just a storage vessel, the debate continues. But one thing is certain: our ancestors were far more ingenious than we often give them credit for. So, did our ancestors indeed harness the power of electricity? It's a question that has sparked heated debates among scholars and enthusiasts alike. Detractors of Wilhelm Koenig's theory argue that the Baghdad battery was nothing more than a simple storage vessel. They point out that no wires or conductors have been found in association with the artifact, which would be necessary for the transmission of electricity. Moreover, there's no historical or archaeological evidence that the ancient Mesopotamians had knowledge of electricity or its applications. Most historians and archaeologists lean towards this interpretation, highlighting the absence of corroborative artifacts or records. They suggest that while the Baghdad battery is an intriguing object, it may have served a more mundane purpose in its time, yet this does not diminish its significance. Whether a battery or a mere pot, the Baghdad battery undeniably sparks our curiosity about the technological prowess of ancient civilizations. And that, folks, was the electrifying tale of the Baghdad battery. We've journeyed from its discovery to the controversial theory of its use as an early form of electricity. We've also pondered on the final verdict, whether it was a mere storage vessel or a primitive battery. This ancient artifact indeed sparks our curiosity, doesn't it? Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on what you think about this ancient mystery. Until next time, keep exploring the past to understand the present better.